To be part and belong to a city like Salford, in my opinion, is very, very important. We do get masked a bit by Manchester, and people quite easily forget, or they're not aware that we were a city far before Manchester was even on the map. And we go back, in history. We're steeped in history over all these years, and when I look what, what I've got from it is that, I'm just a person who's been over this very, very, illustrious many, many years. I played a little part, but, I feel that I've got a real belonging. I buy in it. It's my city. It's my city I'm proud of. I think heavy industry was, a big part of Salford. We look, I look at around the Eccles area. I look at Mitchell Shackleton, who made the largest crankshafts for the biggest ships in the world. We looked at, Mitchell's, where they made unbelievable, diesel engines. I'm talking about diesel engines that would again drive ships and, really powerful machinery. You look at Sir James Farmer Norton, you look at Shaw's, who were down around the Greengate area. They were all connected with heavy industry. And Naismiths, of course, made, I think, was it the first air hammer, in going back all those years. So it was always part of, our makeup in the Salford area. And of course, we talked there about Salford, but of course Eccles then and, places like that weren't part of Salford. They were boroughs, that were just on the outskirts of Salford. And then, of course, when it come together as a city, all the areas come together to make, one fine city. And we look back, we turn the clock back to when Salford was really, it was an industrial city, and we asked, well, why? What made it an industrial city? And I could be shot down here, but I think that when we had the docks in Salford, that so many companies fed from it, so many skills come from it. It wasn't the ships that navigated the canal from Liverpool to Salford and unloaded the wares that they were bringing from, different parts of the world. But it's what, industry and what businesses were around that to make that happen. The ships needed maintaining, and this was their home. There was ships, Manchester liners, but the ships were in Salford. The navigation of the canal with its various bridges over the canal had to be maintained. And, these were very, very clever things that were put together in times when probably you could say it was old technology, but very good technology, and technology that worked a lifetime, had to be maintained. The waterways had to be maintained. At the dockside where ships had to be unloaded, it brought in many, implements to take the produce off the ships, or the cargoes that they brought in. They had to be stored and distributed. And it wasn't just the people. People said then that the docks was one of the biggest employers in Salford. Of course it was. They say now there's more people employed on the quays in the office configurations they put together. I honestly believe that Salford people are a very special brand of people. And I think that it's the down-to-earth, it's the reality, the no-nonsense, genuine people. And I think from some of those ingredients comes loyalty. It's born into people. And Salford's very rich in people who are very loyal to the area they live in, to the families, to the community, and everything that they want to take part in. From somebody who looks probably on a little bit on the outside, who's probably a little bit more educated into the university system now, it's identifying with the normal people, of Salford. That we should be telling everybody that everybody in Salford has got an opportunity. If it's a young person who obviously sees that they've got a future in various subjects or studies, that it's available to them. But the university has got to be part of the city. It's got to identify with the people, and the people identify back. And there's got to be ways that could be opened up there that people could see that what is good about our university, because the man in the street won't know. He just thinks it's another school, it's an add-on from sixth form. You know, what does it really do? You know, what does it cost Salford? Possibly nothing, because of how it's worked through the educational system. But you know, it's an old university, you know, with lots of skills, and it's trying to get that identification that, you know, it belongs in the city, and it's not mystique. You know, it's there for everybody to share. And little things are happening now with the boat race that we're starting to do at the quays. You know, we played a rugby league game, you know, it's all been rugby union, but rugby league between Manchester University and Salford University, and attended by a number of people. You know, I feel that things like this, little things, but you know, it brings the university out of that campus building. It brings it into our city, and that's what we've got to do. It's got to be that we can go in there, and you've got to be part of what we do in Salford. And I believe that we are making great strides in that direction.